Danish learner, welcome back to my channel Danish Matters. I'm Tina Bakker, your Danish friend and tutor. Today's video is going to be about pronunciation of the tricky D in the Danish language. Before we get started, I would like to remind you that if you would like a Danish course with me and maybe a pronunciation course, which is actually what I teach the most, then write to tina@danishmatters.dk. My pronunciation courses are often, or always, very individual, as pronunciation of the Danish language is very individual depending on your own mother tongue and how language-minded in general that you are. So, the D in Danish is what we have an expression in Danish and we say, et kapitel i sig selv, a chapter in itself. So the D in Danish is a chapter in itself. We have 3 different ways of pronouncing the D in Danish. And one is, of course, the very plain one, the very easy one, the one that you hear in Denmark and Dansk. Their normal D, you would probably call it, the one that most languages have. That is one D in Danish. I don't think there are any problems with that. Another D that we have is the soft D. We call it soft D. The soft D is pronounced in the lower part of your mouth, and your tongue is supposed to be a little bit just behind your lower teeth. So if I am showing my face here in profile, the soft D is down behind your teeth and a very sort of relaxed jaw. You should be like you could say very like sloppish in your pronunciation when you pronounce the soft D. For example, in rød, rød, and I'm showing this in profile, rød. You see, my tongue is down, my jaw is very relaxed, and my tongue is just behind my teeth, rød. Maybe just a little slightly above them, like on them. If you want to practice this and like exaggerate a little bit, as we sometimes do when we practice, then put your tongue out a little bit. Do that, not in front of others. I don't recommend that, but when you practice yourself, it's a fun way and maybe also a nice way to be able to sort of exaggerate a little bit and then sort of keep it a little down in your mouth when you actually pronounce in front of others. So, well, that also goes for, as you can hear, there is only one D, and that also goes for when we have 2 Ds in a row, like that. For example, in hedder, jeg hedder Tina, hvad hedder du? Yeah, the soft D is also when there are 2 Ds. So, soft D, 1 D after a vowel. Normally, it's a rule of thumb, but it really is very often that is the case. And also when there are 2 Ds in a row, double D, yeah? Another D that we have is what we call the silent D. The soft D, by the way, is called blødt D in Danish. Blødt D. It does mean soft, yeah? The silent D is called stumt D. Stumt D. And of course, when something is silent, you don't say it, yeah? It's there in the writing when you read it, but we don't say it. It's silent. And some examples and something to remember when there is this silent D is these little combinations of letters that I'm going to read to you now. The ND, the LD, the RD, and also the DS and the DT. So let's take them one by one. The ND, for example, in mand, as in a man, yeah? M-A-N-D. Mand, as you can hear, there is no D in the pronunciation, although there is one in the writing. For the LD, I will give you sild, sild, which means herring. The fish that we often have at our Christmas lunches, at our Easter lunches. If you would like to know about Christmas and Easter and Christmas lunches and Easter lunches, go watch my videos about those traditions. So sild, S-I-L-D, there is a D in the writing, but there is no D in the pronunciation, sild. Yeah. RD, for example, in ho, ho. H, A with a circle above, RD. D in the writing, no D in the pronunciation. And note that if you hear something when it's about something being hard, regardless if it's physical or something that is just very difficult to do, for example, livet hårdt, I could say, life is hard. There is a pronunciation there, and some people would say, but then it's not a silent D, then we pronounce it. But it's not the D that we're pronouncing. It's the T that is added to the D. That is, the T is at the end of the word, hårdt. It is due to the fact that liv, the noun, liv, life, has the it article, the et article. That's why we add a T, yeah? And that's the one that we pronounce, not the D. Hårdt, that's the T that we pronounce. Whereas in day, for example, because day has the article in, we don't add a T, and then the D is not pronounced. Ho, yeah? RD. D in the writing, no D in the pronunciation. Then there is the DS also. It's just a rule of thumb, but still, plus, for example, is one. Plus, meaning, well, people would probably say place. Yes, it's in that family of words, but it's more like a square or a plaza in a city, yeah? So, Rådhuspladsen, for example, that's just their definite singular form when I say it, Rådhuspladsen. But I could just say Rådhusplads, yeah? Maybe it's easier to hear that way. Rådhusplads, as you can hear, we don't say the D, yeah? So that's another one that we don't pronounce because it's silent. The last one I want to mention is DT, as in, for example, lit, lit. There is a T, L-I-D-T. It means little or a little bit, yeah? More a little bit, actually. The sound T that you hear is a T, not a D, yeah? So that's a DT in the writing. That's the chapter, very briefly, about the pronunciation of D in the Danish language. Now, if you would like a pronunciation course, write to tina@danishmatters.dk and go out there in real life and try out the D's in Danish, the hard D, the soft D, the silent D, and listen, yeah? Because half of understanding Danish, half of pronouncing Danish is actually listening. I would usually say to my students, what you hear from the Danes, what you hear that the Danes are saying is going to come out of your mouth, yeah? You will have to try to, what you hear, to put that out of your own mouth, to pronounce that out of your own mouth, yeah? So play the role of a parakeet. You hear this and you try to repeat it. Do it when you watch a movie as well. Try to say the words that they're saying. That's it for now. I hope you got something out of this video. Please like and subscribe to make this video channel grow. And if you would like notifications, hit the notification bell in order to get notifications for more videos from Danish Matters. The only thing I got left to say is happy Danish learning!